So very much for being back, and if you just joined us, this is still Enterprise Morning, reaching you from Enterprise Television. Let's head straight to our main conversation. River State politics is heating up ahead of the rescheduled local government elections on August 30, 2025. The River State Independent Electoral Commission, now chaired by Dr. Michael Odey, fixed a new date after the annulment of the October 2024 polls. However, the decision has been met with criticism from both the All Progressive Congress APC and the People's Democratic Party PDP, who accused the commission of breaching constitutional procedures.
Okay, very well said. The APC is split between the Wike-led factions, which has aligned with the central government, and Fubara loyalists, who are increasingly sidelined or defeated. The PDP is also fractured, with Chief Aaron Chukwuma, a Wike ally, and Honorable Robinson Ewo, loyal to Governor Fubara, both laying complaint or claim to leadership. Although a court ruling favored Ewo, Wike's camp continues to dominate party structures and candidate selection, allegedly entering covert agreement with the APC. This unusual alliance has seen some PDP aspirants emerge with APC forms, falling suspicion of collision.
And also, meanwhile, Fubara's influence is gradually dwindling. His simplified movement has gone silent. Allies accuse him of abandoning supporters, and speculations mount that he may defect to the APC. Adding to the controversy, President Tinubu has reportedly issued a federal gazette empowering the state's sole administrator to appoint RSIEC members and oversee the elections. Moves the critics call unconstitutional.
Okay, so in contrast, Wike has consolidated power, securing appointments and controlling both APC and PDP structures. Declaring his intention to deliver Rivers to Tinubu in 2027, he is positioning himself as a state political kingmaker and a vital asset in Tinubu's re-election strategy.
Yes, there we have it. And let's have a discussion. Right now, I still have with me Emeka Maldonado and the Barrister Francis Fede. Thank you so much for hanging on.
Very well.
Barrister, what was your take on this? Lots of people are beginning to get disappointed with Fubara. I remember when all of this thing started, you actually sounded the bell that Fubara did not know what he was getting himself into. Many months after, what's your take?
You see, this is a recipe for disaster. This might won't lead to Wike's end politically, because you see, the same court that nullified the October 2024 local government election should get ready to look into a local government election that is being built to be conducted by a sole administrator.
That's a big one.
Yes, and they should also look into the way the former RSIEC chairman was removed for a new one. And the president's amendment and backdate of the National Gazette to fit into the narrative, so that Wike can use the sole administrator to conduct the election, so that the APC can sweep all the polls, the thing ads, so that those who emerge from that concussion, local government chairman, will be the ones who will be empowered by Tinubu to rescue the state, to have the whole state for Tinubu in 2027. That's the plan. That's the plan. They forget that there's a judiciary who's looking at what is going on.
Before or after?
No, what is going on now and what is going to play out after. Because they see the agenda is, if you as a presidential candidate have the local government of all the states in your hand, you have won that election.
Yes.
Yes, it's glaring.
You've won now. I mean, the reason Wike won't give up is to is that he does not want Fubara to produce the local government chairman, because when they are loyal to Fubara, it will be difficult for him to step in to get them to the president. And that's what exactly is going on now. Now look at the contradiction we're having now. The 6 months that this sole administrator is supposed to expend, is it not almost over?
It's almost, I think it should elapse by September, I guess.
It's yes. Okay, so why do you want to use him to conduct that election? Why? Anything that make you to use him to conduct that election will be questionable, because it's not a governor.
So what has our constitution have to say? What is our constitution saying about having a sole administrator conduct a democratic process?
No, hold on, see. Our constitution has already spoken. You are even going too far. Our constitution did not say you should have a sole administrator. There's nothing like sole administrator under our constitution. So what you are saying, you are just trying to say, now that we have illegality already instilled, and the illegality want to conduct election, what does our constitution say about that? That's not the question you should be asking. You should be asking, does our constitution allow a sole administrator? That's the question. That should be the question. You understand? So if we conduct that election goes to no issue. It goes to no issue. Because if the one conducted by a democratically elected governor is nullified, the one that is conducted by a sole administrator should, if crocodile eat their own eggs, what would they do with the flesh of frogs? So what it means is that this election, I just want us to allow them to keep going this way. Fubara should just keep quiet. Let him continue with that thing, because those local government chairmen, once they met, they cannot see the light of the day, because litigation will follow after.
Well,
and no court can sit to affirm that. The person who conducted election had no mandate of the people, has no local standard to even act as the sole administrator of a state, let alone conduct. See, you can see the concussion. Use a retired military person, take off a democratically elected one, put him there. Now ask him to pretend over democracy. No, because local government election is democracy.
Yes.
So you need someone who has the mandate of the people to orchestrate the move, not an alien. So it will not work. It will not. See, even the RSIEC chairman they put in there, everything is orchestrated to give APC victory, so that in the long run they will get victory. So the people of Rivers State should wake up. They should wake up and reject all these things that are going on. The people have the capacity to say what they want. This is a game that should not. The state have been messed up. The people have been. I mean, the sole administrator himself cannot even account for resources of the state.
Okay.
Very well.
But could this be okay? Okay, sorry. But I just have this question in my ear right now. So, Barrister, okay.
Let's see if Emeka is there. Emeka, are you still there? Emeka?
Very much here. Yeah.
All right, beautiful.
Okay.
Yes, you heard what Barrister did say. But do you really think that all of these things would work well, knowing that the president who has orchestrated all of these things is still with the authority, still has the power? Don't you think this would possibly see the light of the day if he, in the next 4 years or more?
First of all, I don't have confidence in the National Assembly and in the Supreme Court at all. The Supreme Court we have right now, unfortunately, is the most. I don't know what. I'm just trying to use a nice word, but honestly, those guys at the Supreme Court are just not it. They're just not it. So desperate to please the executive and desecrate their offices. You saw the mess they made of the judgment of the Supreme Court on local government. Has any governor implemented their decision? No governor, because that judgment was just a joke. It was just a standing joke. Then you now come further to this River State case that had nothing to do with the local government. You just overreach yourself. Is it because of the houses that Wike gave these people? What exactly is going on with the judiciary and the apex of the judiciary? What is going on? What is going on exactly? People need to start shouting before these people run this democracy into the rocks. Honestly, that is why for me, the judiciary should have no business with electoral petitions. Because, I mean, the judiciary has not acquitted itself in terms of handling electoral petitions, handling political cases. All we have is just conviction. Look at the River State. What was the crime that Fubara committed by organizing local government elections? The other day, the INEC chairman was saying that State Independent Electoral Commission had been organizing local government elections in breach of the Electoral Act, talking about the time between notice for election and the holding of elections. Now, we have a situation whereby President Bola brought in, look, this thing was just a script. Look, they just created the conditions precedent. So now say, oh, they were declaring a state of emergency. But the question I want to ask is this. River State people who are behind this, for how long will you continue to bleed your state? For how long? I think this should be about the second time that the sole administrator will be ruling River State. I think the first one was the 80s PIF or so. You know, I think this is the second time. And Fubara himself thought would disown his people, deny his people, and then now run his own vote. But look at, was it yesterday or Saturday, that the administrator was saying that, you know, if funds are available in the next 6 months, they should be able to sort out certain other issues. So what it means is that he's even expecting that the state of emergency will be extended. So you can see him just last week. He set up members of a board. So the thing is this is clear state capture. This has now gone beyond state of emergency. It is not Bola Ahmed Tinubu capture of River State. That is what it is. And honestly, Nigerians must continue to speak up, because he has taken the constitution, aided by the National Assembly, aided by the Supreme Court. He has taken the constitution, shredded it. He has shredded the constitution. And there are Nigerians supporting him. I just shake my head. You even see indigenous of River State who are supporting it. I shake my head. Democracy is actually dead in this country. It's a pity. So nothing is going to come out of it. Barrister was talking about that it will be challenged, but I don't have confidence in those chaps at the Supreme Court. I have no confidence in them. They will come now, bring some technicalities, some legal terminology, and frustrate the will of the people. So honestly, we just have to put up political pressure. Maybe public outcry will make them to back down and reinstate Fubara. But also for Wike is finished politically.
How? How?
It's just a matter of time. Let me tell you, see with this, the way he is being used, is just for the time being. But let me tell you, every treachery has an expiry date. When they are done with him, he's going to be discarded. It's a matter of time. Have you heard him talking? Of course, they told him to keep quiet, that he's embarrassing them. What is his own, fighting everybody? That he should keep quiet. So the cap of River State, which they said they succeeded. Okay, he puts his men in that place. How will he control them? He can't control them. The levers of control are still in the hands of the president, not in the hands of Wike, not in the hands of any other person. They are in the hands of the president. And one thing Wike should realize is this: By the time, after they've used his head now to break coconut for their nefarious purposes in River State, by the time they are done with him, they will make sure that he cannot utter, in fact, that he cannot be of any threat to them. Thank you.
Well,
Okay. So I need to clear this in my head. So are you saying BK is being used? Okay, let me direct that question to Barrister. Okay. So from what Emeka said, so do you think Wike is being used as a strategic tool or a political tool to to change the narrative of this democratic or this democratic system of
why not?
purpose,
Everybody is being used politically. As long as you are a minister and you have an incumbent president, he will use his minister, he will use everybody and resources within his capacity to politic for the next election. That's what he's doing. And Wike is a veritable tool for that. Wike want to deliver River State to him again. Okay? And so he has a godson that fell out of favor. Okay, apart from the fact that he's working for Tinubu, he also wants to become the kingmaker of River State. As just like his mentor. Tinubu is the kingmaker of Lagos State.
Yeah.
You understand? That is what he too wants to become. Or that is what he's becoming. If they allow him.
So you think he's going to get there? Okay.
It's not about whether he's going to get there or not. It's up to the people of River State. It's up to the people of River State. Tinubu was able to do it in Lagos State because there's no democracy in Lagos State. You understand? But for Rivers, for the South, it may not be as easy as that of Lagos. Because even if you look at the pre-colonial administration of the Western Nigeria, they had common front. You understand? They are mostly unifying, democratic. They can agree on anything, and I say let him continue. But for the South, it's not like that. So this may not go down fully well for Wike, because for me, September is supposed to be and it appears like they're going to renew this thing because they need it. No, they need it to weaken the state more. They need to weaken River State more to be able to capture it. They need to weaken it more because what you have now, they are running almost out of time. That's why you see that they want to organize the election quick, so that they can secure loyalists at the local government level. So once you have produced that, all you need to do is to carry money, give them, and the local government, the chairman. In Nigeria, it's vote buying that we do. We don't vote. I know they're not voting. The people are impoverished so that they can sell their mandate. You understand? You see all these freedom fighters that used to hear before election. They sell their vote a day to the election. Most of these freedom fighters are saying, yes. Because politicians will just call them. I was called now in Delta State now. To come and collect money and go and deliver somewhere for somebody. You understand? And had a colleague that went now. They gave him a Prado, they gave him money. And he went and delivered what nonsense he said he delivered. You understand? So once you have that voice, they will just call you. They'll give you this thing. This is what you want you to do. The people are poor. All of us know they are poor. All you need to do is to package 10,000 naira. Envelope. Give them, ensure that they show you their card. So they won't collect the card from them. On the election, they'll give them the card and monitor them to ensure that they vote accordingly.
But Barrister, Emeka talked about the propensity of the judiciary to use technicalities to dissuade all of these things that we see right now. As much as you might not agree with that, in reality, don't you think that the judiciary is clearly a conduit?
The judiciary have been infiltrated, heavily infiltrated. Before now, they captured the citizens. Okay, the politicians captured the citizens and dealt with them to the point of impoverishment, and so they can use them anyhow they like. When they did that, they went a step further and captured INEC. Now they have, a touch and follow INEC. They have no mind of his own. You understand? So, having done that, as at that time when we were doing analysis, I kept saying it then that these politicians have destroyed everything. They've captured these people, they've captured. It's only the judiciary that is left. I was shouting that time, Nigerians should not, everybody should come out and ensure that you deal with your polling booth. Make sure that, because your polling booth is just a step away from your house. Yes. Go and sanitize that place. Let the election not go to court. Judiciary cannot handle election. You see what the America is saying is not only the truth, it is a practical truth. And let me also let him know that it is not just that the judiciary have compromised. Ab initio, the judiciary have no capacity. It's not their duty to say who has won election, who have lost. It's not a responsibility. It's because the electoral system have failed. Everybody now forced it on them. Everybody's now saying their eyes on the judiciary. What would the judiciary do when the document before them is a byproduct of corruption? The document that you have as the result and the document that I have as an opponent, the result, which we have what tendered, was handwritten. The judiciary should reject the document. It came from my neck. The judiciary don't know how they concocted it. Wow. It is not the business of the judiciary to go and investigate. It is the police.
So INEC would have been the filter before.
That is it. That's what I'm saying. Why they will not declare P2P? Maybe I don't know. I would not even discuss this here. We should go there someday. You know, RFI brought out a result.
Okay.
You didn't get that story?
I didn't.
Oh my God. I was wondering why we didn't discuss it.
Really?
Yes, RFI brought the true result out that P2P won the election. Not too long ago now. No. Two weeks back. Yes.
Maybe it didn't make
it did, but many traditional media avoided it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But Sahara reporters did it. You understand? You know, he's been a loggerhead with Tinubu now.
Yes.
Yeah. He brought out, he said, you know how they did this thing and got, you see the result that it will be that one. The next week, his son in the house, in the National House of Assembly, talked about the fact that if Obi get the right alignment with the northern candidate, that before 12 noon on the day of election, Obi would have been announced winner. He said it. RFI too said it. And this is what they did. You understand? We did a series on this on Voice of the People. One which is trending. I mean, all over the place now. Now, when you see such kind of contradiction in that circumstance, when Obi was in court, his legal team also cried out that the CTC document that INEC is giving to them, they are not legible. You can't see what is in the documents. So when they managed, the few one they managed to get was the one that they front loaded. The one that Tinubu's lawyer and the legal team also front. The Obi team called how many witnesses? There were 8 or thereabouts. The presidential, they called one witness. They call one witness because the truth is that the documents that you tender in court, which came from INEC, the court is supposed to reject it. I don't understand. The court will act on. That's why you see, will be whether what is before the court cannot ground Obi's claim, and the court does not go outside what is before it. Wow! You see the problem. So even the judiciary, they are as helpless as the citizens, because they wish that what transpired in the field really is what is before them. They wish so. If that is what is before them, they will pronounce it. Of course, they pronounce Amechi winner of election in all contest. You understand? What is before them, they cannot go outside it. There was a case where Justice Kayode of blessed memory, he looked at this case, and from all indication, this man committed this offense. From all indication, but the prosecution, the evidence the prosecution have before the court, did not link. The link is not there. But it's clear. Justice Kayode said this case looks up to the high heavens for want of evidence. And so the court discharged him and acquitted. They discharged the man and acquitted. He committed that offense. All indications point to that fact. But if there is no evidence before the court to link him unequivocally to the offense that has proven beyond reasonable doubt, the court will not convict him. Because the law is that once doubt is created in the mind of the court, it should be resolved in favor of the accused person.
But would it go down with the society?
It will not go down. It will not go down in society. People are still suffering from the hangover of that judiciary decision. It is not unconnected to what the maker is saying. It's not unconnected. See, when I told people that P2B will not get this judgment, they won't get it. It was when they said that they took P2B's vote and gave to Tinubu, which was true. You understand? And it was said in the court. Now look at the question. During cross-examination, they now asked the witness, you said they took this vote and gave to how many local governments did they take this vote from? How many polling units? From how many wards? No particulars. The court does not work like that. The court is not a church where you come and make confession and they will take the confession and bring it into legislation and then look unto the heavens and pray to the God of creation. We don't do that in court. If you are saying they took social number of votes from you and gave to somebody, you must be able to tell us how many local governments, how many polling units. You must particularize it. And your particularization should conform with the documents you are presenting before the court. An eyewitness account, which are your agents. So the moment you are not able to ground your case, you can't just come and say they took my vote. And what the court will look at is what is before it. So as much as the judiciary is corrupt, I agree. That infiltrated, I agree. But I can tell you that they cannot change the course of democracy. They can't. Democracy originally should emanate from the people. Section 14(2) of the Constitution, it is hereby accordingly declared that sovereignty belongs to the people, through which government derive its legitimacy. To the people, not the court. Sovereignty cannot come from the court. Legitimacy cannot emanate from the court. In fact, the court is just drawn into it because now that they've captured the people, capture judicial INEC. Who is left? Everybody run to judicial. Judicial come and do magic. It don't work.
Emeka, historically, I do not know at what point in our stay as a people have we experienced this sort of a situation. We might have experienced it during the military era. When Sani Abacha, wanted to transition from military to civilian, and all that happened, of course, he captured the judiciary, captured almost everything. But we've never experienced this in a democratic setup like we have today. What does this pertain to our democracy? What would this cost our democracy? Emeka?
Democracy can collapse. Yes. Why did it collapse in 1983? You remember Verdict 83, where MPN, went out of his way, to rig election using Sunday Adewusi.
Yes.
That infamous fellow who was the Inspector General of Police. I mean, they had Verdict 83. I was young enough. I was watching. I remember watching it on NTA. Verdict 83, I was old enough, to have known what happened. Verdict 83, when they were just announcing results, shooting and all of those things, but at the end of the day, where are they today? Do you still remember that there used to be a political party called the National Party of Nigeria today? You don't. They faded away into the darkness, the twilight of the ignoble past. So, that is the major threat, because democracy, to all intents and purposes, is dead in Nigeria. It's not functioning. But what still looks like a semblance, like a caricature of democracy is what we are still hanging on to, in the hope that somehow there can be a kind of a miracle that will bring democracy back to life in Nigeria. And you see, it portends grave danger. Because if you look around, for those of us who are involved in the pro-democracy struggles, this is a betrayal of all the risks we took. Many of our comrades died. They died in the trenches. They died on the streets. They were killed by the military. But so it's so repugnant to us that you are bringing a military person. People we chased back to the barracks. You're now bringing one of them to come and to pretend over democracy. That tells you Bola Tinubu was never a Democrat. It has been proven time and again. He was never a Democrat. He was just there, just for the optics. So we have seen it today. So look, to all intents and purposes, these people are just pretenders. They are vote buyers. You saw what happened in the by-elections on Saturday. They were buying votes for as much as 20,000. You saw where the governorship candidate in Anambra State was threatening the deputy governor of Anambra State that I will burn all your cars and nothing will happen. And policemen and soldiers were right there, just grinning like idiots, if you permit that word, just grinning. It was so disgusting. None of them could say, no, let's not go this way. No, don't say that. They were just there grinning. And somebody, a non-state actor, was threatening a state actor, threatening an elected deputy governor. And you know the tragedy. The irony of the whole thing is this. It's the same politicians who are undermining democracy right in front of the soldiers who held democracy hostage. Can you see what is going on? Who held democracy hostage? The same soldiers who had to be pushed back to the barracks. Now, you are bringing back, you are baiting the military to come back to the stage. You are still, it's just like you are feeding a dog with blood. Instead of giving a dog cooked meat, you are giving a dog raw meat. One day, it will also sense that, wait a minute, his owner also has blood. And it will now launch at the owner to eat the owner to pieces. And that is the sad thing that is going on. Nobody is talking about it. You can see. Sadly, the complicit Nigerian, the captured Nigerian media is not talking about it. Nobody is talking about it. And the video is everywhere. Nobody is talking about this travesty of democracy. Nobody has invited the Inspector of Police, who is always adept pursuing activists, pursuing bloggers. That somebody made a complaint. He has not done anything. Even though the governor of Anambra State, mentioned it. But of course, do they take Soludo seriously? They don't take him seriously. So they, because he has been so desperate, running up and down, trying to, get Tinubu's favor, to win second term. So that tells you, if that thing could happen, just a small place, that incident, that clash between the governor, the deputy governor, and Nicholas Ukachukwu of APC was just over one polling unit. Now, that tells you what is likely to happen on November 8th across Anambra State. And it gives cause for worry. It gives cause for worry. So, when you talk about democracy, honestly, I fear for this country. I fear for democracy. Honestly. Because the very things we saw in the past are already, in fact, worse. Worse things are even hanging in the horizon. And I hope these politicians can be sensible enough to hold themselves back, because the signs are ominous. Thank you.
Very well. Barrister, why is Bola Tinubu not seeing some of these things? It's glaring for him to see the results of all of these things that he gets, he gets to do, that no one seems to confront him or control him or advise him to do otherwise.
He should see, but I'm actually not convinced that he's not seeing. But he's not acting like he's seeing. Because last night, Shewa Kimbaloyi had to release another advocacy. I don't know that you saw it on Politics Sunday. Directly to him. See, 2 years have passed, long past, when you made these promises to renewed hope. But what they're getting is not it and all that. So this is someone who was part of the formation of NADECO. What did NADECO stand for? Nigerians should own government. Democracy should really function as it should. and went on exile on account of it. All his life, he has been an activist. The same president we're talking about. Well, so you ask yourself, was he doing all that for the fun of it, or did he really mean what is? Because you look at the way things are going. Not only has he not even performed economically, he's joining forces with enemies of state to destroy democracy. But that is what it means when you declare a state of emergency. But you are actually patronizing the military. You understand? You are reminding us of our past, horrible experience of the past, you know, where people's right to life was not guaranteed. Where if you write in the newspaper, criticize government, the next day you will disappear. That was how I told you about Abacha regime. So it's giving us that same feeling. And this is unfortunate. We really don't understand where it's heading to. Because it said that this regime, there's going to be an aspect that there will be pain, and after the pain will come joy and the rest of that. Shewakin Barrow last night said that the pain is 2 years of pain already. How much more pain is needed to change this country? Well, for me, from one side, I think that it's going to be 4 years of pain. That's what I think, because whoever wants to bring joy must lay the blocks and the foundation. So if I've done 2 years of pain and the blocks and foundation of joy is not seen, it means that we're looking at 4 years of pain. And God forbid it is renewed.
God forbid it is renewed. And just to say that just yesterday he congratulated all the APC candidates that won during the by-elections, and had a very funny way of making the opposition look like they were wasting their time.
He would have not even contested.
But did you see the details of that by-election? You see that nothing has changed.
It was the way. It's like it was still the same thing.
Nothing has changed. I thought that the by-election now we're going to see a semblance of what we are going to see in 2027. But it's unfortunate. I saw the fight over in the news where they were, dragging and all that. This thing is still like this.
So which means INEC hasn't learned anything yet.
See, it's not just even about INEC. It's much more even about the people and their attitude to survival. You understand? There's no dignity any longer.
Very sad, the reality. Sometimes I just wish that this is not happening to Nigeria. When I look at other nations and see how wonderful these nations look, some people blame our population, but we are not the most populated country in the world. India is there, about 1.8 billion. China is crossing 2 billion in no distant time, and these people have a way of settling their problem and making their country a better place, despite the political rift that they might have. But ours is a whole. The other way around.
But we just keep hoping.
Yeah, we hope that things get better. Thank you so very much, Emeka. We truly do appreciate you for this great conversation we had today. Barrister, thank you as always.
My pleasure.
All right.
Thank you so much.
So that's just about the time we have. We'd love to say thank you to you for making this a date. Please do well to follow us. You can read up on everything we've talked about today when you visit us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. I am Henry Igwebike.
And I am Ken the Embodering.
On behalf of the entire team of Enterprise Television, we say thank you once more. God bless Nigeria. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.